Hey guys, this video is to give you a tour of my newly expanded and upgraded retro room that I'm very excited about. And I've done other retro room tours before, rather brief ones, just kind of showing off my layout here. But recently, you only kind of ever saw this side of the room, and that is because the other side of the room, for the longest time, was my wife and I shared this. That was her craft area, and she used to do cards and making scrapbooks, stuff like that. And that hobby is it's not part of her life anymore. She has adopted other hobbies in its place. So she was a little reluctant to give up that side of the room because she always said, well, maybe I'll get back to it one day. But it's been a couple years, and she's like, okay. So she very kindly gave up her side of the room, and we didn't get rid of her stuff. We just kind of packed it up and stored it somewhere else. But she was very kind to give me this entire room. Now, to give you some context, this room originally was an office. I run a home business, and with newer technologies, cell phones and stuff like smartphones, I don't need an office anymore. So this, about I guess 7 years ago or so, because that's why there's a desk here. But I honestly love this setup. I'm so glad that I had this cool desk. But this was my home office that had a printer out here and computer and everything like that. But those things aren't needed anymore to run my business. I just need my phone and my iPad. So one day about 7 years ago, I might have been more, I don't remember. I'm terrible with time and dates. But a while back, I had this old TV and I threw it on the desk and I said, I'm going to make this my little game room. So I slowly started kind of acquiring my retro collection here. And that's always been a fun part of this room for me, is I've slowly kind of been changing it, upgrading it, expanding it. But for the first time ever, I finally feel like this room is close to like its full vision of what I always wanted. And I'm sure there'll be tweaks and upgrades in the future, obviously, but because that's always fun for me to change it. But this is the first time that I'm looking around. I'm like, this is awesome. This is like my man cave, or whatever you want to call it, or my own space. And I'm very, very excited to finally have this. I'm 44 years old, and I finally have a room that's just mine. But again, I have to thank my wife again for being so kind and giving me this. Because when we first set this up as a non-office, from time to time she would be out here doing her thing and I'd be over here doing my thing. It was kind of fun to share it, but she just doesn't do that anymore. So to give you more context, I'm going to grab the phone real quick and show you this. This is built in my garage, this room. I built this, I don't know, a long time ago, maybe 15 years ago. I did it all myself for the most part. I had somebody frame the walls and do the drywall, but I put the carpet in, I put the ceiling in, I did all the painting and everything. So this is actually built into a corner of my garage, which I really like because it gives me a layer of separation from the house. So I don't have a basement in my house. We have a crawl space. So this is kind of like a basement almost to me, because there's a couple steps up to the kitchen over here. And I'll grab the phone and show you. So this is the door to my kitchen here. And I'm not going to show you too much because my garage is kind of messy, but this is my garage. And this is the room that I built in the corner of my garage. So yeah, just to show you some context as to where this room is in my home. There's two doors before I get to my house, which kind of is nice for sound reduction when I'm out here doing podcasts or something, and just kind of makes me feel like I'm a little more separated from real life out there in the house. So I really like that aspect of my room as well, that it's a bit separated from my house, so to speak. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab my phone and give you a full tour. I know a lot of you guys have already seen this side of the room, and I'm going to go ahead and start from the beginning and just show the whole room and show everything how it's set up now. And I also want to do a bit of a disclaimer. I never want this to come across as showing off or bragging. I hope it never comes across that way. I just like sharing this stuff with my like-minded friends on Twitter and YouTube. I like other people's retro room tours, so I assume that other people like to see this kind of video as well. So I hope it never comes across as me bragging about my stuff or whatever, because that's not what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to grab the phone and show you guys everything. So we're going to start over here. I've shown this before. This is my custom made that I made myself. basically my Nintendo shelf here. Made it just a few months ago actually, and I just love it. Yeah, I'm kind of made it just to fit in this corner here. I got the doors I put on here for some storage, and I got plenty of room for expansion, as you can see. Got empty shelves still, which I like. My game collecting has always been a slow grow kind of a plan, which I really like because I still have fun hunting for games and stuff. So that's my NES collection. Got some Amiibos there, Super Nintendo collection. Up here I've got some books, some more Amiibos, my Rob, and then some packaging up there. That's my NES box that my Rob came in. And then up here, going over to the left, got that is a fantastic estate sale find I got not too long ago. I got this box Atari with a bunch of games, box games. It was fantastic. This is my old work desk, which is now a game desk. And I got the lighting there. I guess you can see it. There's LED lights in there that can change colors and everything, and flash and strobe and all kind of cool stuff. And then these are all my consoles here. Set up on my desk. My Sega stuff, 16-bit era stuff. My awesome CRT with my DVD player. I got some. This is where my electrical panel is, behind this pegboard here. So that's why that's there. And I just threw a bunch of comics on there to make it look kind of cool. Then over here I got my GameCube, N64, PlayStation, and then this, my awesome Radio Shack TV that I love so much, with some 7800 games. And I do share this room with my cat. That's her little her little area down there. So this is her room as well. And then obviously my custom made Atari cabinet that I made. And I got my Vader here, and my Junior, and my regular 4-switch Woody trackball given to me by Richard. This was given to me by CR2 Chris Roberts. This was given to me by Chris Roberts. A lot of stuff was given to me, so I always appreciate that, obviously. But yeah, this is I love this thing. And yeah, there's a trash can over there. It's not very attractive, but just ignore that. But this is I guess I'll show this real quick, my dual layer custom design shelf that I made for my Atari collection. So you just open the thing here and flip this down, open it up, and I've got some more collection in there and some storage and some box games. So that's my custom Atari shelf that I love and fits right in this little Atari area. Oh, that's my new poster there that I really like. That was actually always a picture my wife had there, and I took it down and ordered that poster and bought a little frame for it. So that kind of goes in my little Atari area here. So that's that. Let me close this up. So I'm going to spin around here and show this side of the room now. This is my Sega shelf for the most part. Got my Genesis collection on there, some Master System games, a second generation Genesis, some other stuff here, some rather newer packaging there, some more Amiibos. And then coming around here, this is all new stuff here. This is a new pegboard I put up. I just happened to have it, and I put a bunch of manuals on there and a Nintendo Power little fold out. And then this, I really like what I did here. And this used to be some Star Wars stuff on here, and I had like a book, I guess like a cabinet up here that I took down that had my wife's stuff in there. And I didn't know what to do with the shelf. I actually took the shelf down, and I was like, well, I'll put it back up. I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, wow, this is perfect. This is actually my folder from childhood. It actually still has stuff in there from when I was a kid. I'll show you that real quick. There's a drawing I made for my brother, a birthday card of Mario. This was probably in the 80s, obviously. And this was a game I made, a Marvel, kind of like, what do you call it, like a D&D kind of game? I'm not sure what you call that. But anyway, that's some stuff from my childhood. So this was actually my folder from when I was a kid. And when I was like, oh, I'll set up a little Nintendo shrine or something. So I put my minis on there. And I have to mention again, this was given to me by Sean, P1. That was a cool story. So that's always nice. Some of the so much of this stuff was given to me and has some cool stories behind it. But I had these retro Amiibos that I put. Now I messed everything up. Let me fix it. So I had those Amiibos that kind of matched the folder there. I think, well, that's kind of neat. I'll put that there and put my minis on there and kind of display them. And I thought that was kind of a perfect little use for that shelf over here. And then all this is new here. I've got a new Transformers poster I bought and framed, and that was, what was over here? Nothing really, it's just an empty spot. This is one of my favorite new additions here. I got this chair. It's a recliner, and this was surprisingly cheap. It's very comfortable. It was like 130 bucks. With shipping, I think I paid 160 bucks from Amazon. I always wanted a chair in this room that I could just recline on and read or look at my iPad or just kind of chill out here and have other people out here. And finally I have that. So this corner, I'm so happy to have this really cool chair out here. And I repurposed this bookshelf here. So now I got all my cool Star Wars Legos up here on display without having them hanging off fishing strings like I had before. Oh, this fell. Let me fix that. Oh, shoot. There, that's better. So there's some cool Star Wars Lego stuff down here. I always kind of traditionally get these for Christmas. I always love that. And here's some of my retro 80s Star Wars stuff here. I don't have a big collection, but it's fun to still collect for that as well. Then going down, I've got my Transformers shelf with some great retro Transformers, which I love. Some packaging back there. Some more just old retro toys I had, and the books from my childhood there, the Star Wars books. And I still got room. Some of the stuff, you know, is just kind of relatively empty. Here's my GoBot collection and some other random toys from my childhood. These were given to me by my kids this year for Christmas. I never collected those, what do they call it, Pops or whatever. But they got me those for Christmas, so that was kind of cool. Then I got this, put some LED lighting up there too for my classic Lego sets. These are from my childhood that I still had the directions and pieces for and was able to assemble and display. So that's really cool that I have those kind of set up on that light there. That's kind of neat. So this is my new side. And there's my green screen for when I do stuck in the 80s. I just kind of pulled across that string, and I can tuck it away out of the way when I'm not using it. But now I got the whole room is mine now, and this is my new. So now I can sit in this chair here, kick back, and just kind of soak it all in and enjoy the whole room for the first time, you know, since I've started this thing. So that's it. That is my whole room. So I'm very excited to finally have this all done. And again, I'll tweak it and play around with it as time goes on, but it's so nice to have this whole room, you know, as mine. So that is the whole tour. I don't really know what else I can show, but I do have a lot of storage areas and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into all that, but I'm going to put the camera back and just kind of say goodbye. And one of the things I like about seeing other people's game rooms is that they're all so unique. Like this room for me is, you know, it's a very personal thing. This is kind of encapsulates my personality and is a snapshot of my history and my past and my interests. And I really like to see everybody else's kind of versions of that. And another reason why this room is so enjoyable to me and why I love it so much is that my wife is so supportive of this hobby of mine, and she gets involved as well to some degree. And especially now that she's given me the other side of the room, I can come out here and kind of feel the love, so to speak. So it really makes it extra special for me. Alright, so that's it. Just wanted to show my room off and show you the new side of my room that I enjoy so much. So thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate it. And the next video I put out, I'm hoping will be a Stuck in the 80s video coming up, hopefully very soon. So look for that in a few weeks maybe. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.